there were many different business models tested around live music and digital format, and the reality is that none of them had the potential to scale up. And I would say that there are a few things that for the moment are difficult to reproduce in a digital environment. Everything below 200 hertz has an impact on your body. When you are at a music festival where the music is very loud, that impact is real. You feel it. You feel that those
it's physiological.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Totally. So then there's some kind of energy of an artist interacting with their audience that I'm not sure if that is easy to reproduce. Failure is just part of a process towards doing something great. Actually, I have never met someone who had a great success early on without having to face some failures.
Or challenges.
Yeah, right.
Dear listeners, welcome to Venture Ahead, IA University's entrepreneurship podcast. I'm Samantha Zorn, your host for today. We are very excited to have Daniel Fletcher here with us today. He is CDO and CIO of Primavera Sounds Company. Welcome, Daniel. I'm very excited to be here with you today.
Thank you, Samantha. Great to be here.
Yes. So, Daniel, you did an economics bachelor in La Universidad Complutense, and then you did your MBA in IE Business School. From there, you worked in both private and public sectors in the entertainment industry, but could you tell us briefly a little bit more about your background and your journey throughout?
Okay, well, after studying economy, I specialized in innovation and urban planning. So I did some internships in real estate with a team that developed the master plan for Madrid that was approved in 1997. That was a long time ago. But then I started companies to develop technology for real estate, for city management, and for utilities. I sold one of those companies, which was quite successful. Then I worked for a small period of time for Primavera Sound while I had a non-compete period that I had to comply with. That was also a long time ago. Then I worked as an advisor and consultant. Then I worked for the public sector in urban and regional planning, also in innovation-related matters. And then 6 years ago, I joined Primavera Sound again.
Wow, that's an impressive resume. Something I would aspire to do someday, but I'm so excited to dive into a little bit more in detail about that. But first, I wanted to start with a question that we ask our guests, and it's, what keeps you motivated to go to work every day?
Creating things. Meeting new people, exchanging ideas, learning from others.
Networking, everything. Everything that goes with entertainment industry. Well, no, that's amazing. To dive deeper about your whole trajectory that I heard that you did, you were in consulting, you made your own company and sold it. Started all with your MBA at IE Business School, correct? And then from there, you went into entrepreneurship. So what made you take that step, or correct me if I'm...
I began starting my entrepreneurship career very early on. I joined the MBA at IE at a later stage, but it was a great decision, I have to say, because I needed by that time some inspiration and some motivation as well, and I found it there. Along with great colleagues and both in the faculty team and with my
network and peers.
Yeah, with my peer students. So it was a great experience.
And you started your entrepreneurship journey, you said early on before. What was your first entrepreneurship experience? Was it also in entertainment, or what was your first step into?
Well, I tested and failed a few times trying to build what we finally built and was successful, and that's try to solve challenges and pains for cities and for the real estate industry. I failed a number of times, but at some point I found the right partners to build that company.
Yeah, I've heard a lot in right now that I'm doing my MBA and taking the entrepreneurship route that we shouldn't be scared of failing. And as you said, you failed many times. Could you give us advice on how you got up from that failure and what kept you going to try new things, and what are some things that we should keep in mind when we do reach a failure?
You shouldn't be ashamed of failing because it's part of a process. In which you learn a lot from those failures. You also have the opportunity of testing things that now you know that don't work or don't work with the approach you took. I have always thought that failure is just part of a process towards doing something great. And actually, I have never met someone who had a great success early on without having to face some failures.
Or challenges.
Right.
So it would be those failures. Some people say it's redirection, which is amazing. No, and I'm really interested in learning, aside that you have the digitalization background, what made you choose the entertainment industry and what called your attention in that industry to go into it?
Well, first I had some time ago a side career as a musician, writer, and producer, a music producer, which I never made a living of, but just because I love that. So I have recorded records of music as a musician and as a writer. I have toured, I have played festivals. I have produced other artists, but I would say always as a serious hobby.
Okay.
But during that time where I was quite active in that serious hobby, I learned a lot about the entertainment industry, about the technology, about the processes, about the agents and players that are part of the industry. And I met a lot of people in the industry also. So at some point when I had the opportunity to move to the entertainment industry, it was not new for me.
But you love what you do, so you don't see it as work.
Right.
Correct. I love that. Well, also like staying more on the technical side, and for our listeners that are interested in digital innovation and digital transformation, what do you think that are the most critical factors when embarking on a digital transformation journey?
That's a great question, which has many answers or none, because this journey of digital transformation depends on what's your current state in terms of how digitized you are as a company, as a business, or even as an industry. We know, for example, that it took real estate a lot of time to embrace digitalization, and when they did, it was really, really fast, and the industry found a lot of value in that. So that depends on the industry, on the company, and there are companies that are born digital. But I would say that when we talk about transformation, of course, we've been talking about digital transformation for a long time, because there were new digital tools and new digital opportunities that came for industries that worked in a different way. And these new digital tools brought new opportunities to work in a different way, or to do things better or faster or cheaper. But one thing is the opportunity that these digital tools brought to the table. And another thing, which is totally linked and intertwined, is how you transform your business model to extract value from those new tools, from new ways of doing things. And the transformation of the business model for me is the relevant thing, because the digital tools are just that, tools. But your business, if your business model is capable of extracting and provide value from using those tools, that is where the interesting thing.
I love that. That goes hand in hand with the next question, technical question that I was going to ask. And it was like, how do you identify and prioritize the opportunities for innovation within an organization, within that business model, or in your case, Primavera Sound? Thing?
Of course, you need to listen to everyone in the company. For example, there are many interesting things that can be done in designing the customer journey of the people who attend a music event. That there's a new hybrid space that is part physical, part digital. That is the relationship and the interactions you have with someone who attends a music event. Why it's a hybrid space? Because usually the first interactions you have when you inspire someone to go to a music event, when that person decides to buy the ticket and prepare their journey to that event, those interactions are mostly digital. And then they go to a physical space where the music event happens, but even within that space, there are still some interactions that are digital as well, could be digital. And when that person goes back home, having hopefully great memories from that event, you have the opportunity of interacting with them again and looking for extended engagement with them, also with digital interactions. So overall, you have created, or we all have created, a hybrid space that is part digital, part physical. And there are a lot of opportunities in working in that hybrid space.
Perfect. I have a question stemming from that. In the future, with the improvement of technology, with the more digital tools available, do you think these types of humongous events where a lot of people attend, will it be able to be 100% digital? Or do you believe in the importance of still having that personal and service and human interaction?
That's a good question. During the pandemic, for some time, it looked like everything would go digital forever.
Correct.
Events, like music. We even built a live streaming platform and put up, I don't know, maybe 150 shows, digital only. And every week we received one or two startups pitching us about how they are going to disrupt the live music industry because they have a new platform that will end with the current state of affairs, right? But then when the pandemic is over and it was over, and we had the opportunity of putting up again physical shows, the reaction was massive. We are in a third consecutive year overall in the industry of live music, third consecutive year of record sales, record ticket sales.
Wow, 2024.
Yeah.
Wow.
After 2022 and 2023. So the appetite for being in a physical space, interacting with an artist and with people around you.
Correct.
It's,
as they say, like VR sometimes can replace some of the things, but will not replace these type of.
yeah, and I would say that there are a few things that, for the moment, are difficult to reproduce in a digital environment. One is the physical impact of audio waves in your body. For example, all bass and sub-bass frequencies, everything below, this is very technical.
No, pero good, we want that.
Everything below 200 hertz has an impact on your body. And when you are at a music festival where the music is very loud, that impact is real.
Feel it.
You feel it. You feel that those
It's
frequencies-
physiological.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Totally. So then there's some kind of energy of an artist interacting with their audience that I'm not sure if that is easy to reproduce in a digital environment. Also, the social part of going to a live event.
Agreed.
It's very
Going with your friends rather than.
yeah, meeting new people, and because someone who is attending a music festival, such as Primavera Sound, they sure have, everyone has at least something in common. They want to be there.
Yes.
So it's a good starting point to meet new people.
Correct.
So I'm not sure. I guess that at some point there will be a way to design and develop digital experiences in live music that could resemble or mimic what the experience of a physical live event. But for the moment, I really think we are not there. And also, during the pandemic and a few months afterwards, there were many different business models tested around live music in digital format, and the reality is that none of them had the potential to scale up, and many of them very early on met the barriers that the industry built when Napster happened. That is how to manage the music rights, because the industry has built a structure of music rights or
You said right?
rights.
Oh, what?
Intellectual property.
Okay. So,
And it's not that easy to overcome that. I guess that at some point there are many clever people
trying.
Different approaches and testing different business models. And at some point, I guess that someone will find a viable business model. And now many initiatives are testing the concept of super fun.
Super fun.
Yeah, which is that kind of music fan that is willing to engage with an artist more than regular fun. Even pay for exclusive content or personal experience related to a specific artist.
Of them like sending a video or things like that. I've seen that around. No, that's amazing. No, I think you touched a little bit about like the future of that it will not turn extremely to digitalization. So how do you envision the future for digital transformation and for the entertainment industry?
What I still don't see, it's moving
into
the entire live music experience to a digital environment.
Correct.
But we can learn from other cultural industries. For example, there are exhibitions that are immersive experiences about a painter.
No.
And who would have guessed that people would be willing to pay a ticket to see an exhibition about an artist that doesn't have any original work from that artist?
Great.
But those immersive experiences work really well.
I've gone to 3 and I like them.
What do you think?
I really find it amazing. I really like art, and although it's not the original piece, I feel being the immersive experience with music, with all the different paintings moving and having a little bit to read and being able to sit inside the painting is what is calling people's attention. So that type, I really love it. And if there's another one, I would go. So yeah, I don't know if there's one in Madrid,
So
but
that's a great example from an adjacent industry, the cultural creative industries,
correct.
that could provide some ideas, because in the end, you have these immersive experiences going physically to a space where that immersive experience was set, right? So maybe we could learn from that. Maybe we could build an immersive experience where you could experience again the Travis Scott show at Primavera Sao Paulo in 2022, for example. Or just a crazy idea. But,
an amazing idea.
But I think there are many avenues to explore yet, and the moment is very interesting.
Amazing. That is amazing. I hope it does. I think that is a great idea. And if you would do it, I would go. But then I have one more technical question that I feel is really important. Like in the entertainment industry, it's very important to have alliances. How do you approach in building and maintaining these strategic alliances? And what are the key elements for a successful partnership and for a long-lasting partnership in the entertainment industry?
That's a great point. I would like to give some context, at least about the music industry.
Perfect.
If I had to define what are the key areas or building blocks or industries within the music industry, I would say that is recorded music, live music, and rights management. And then there are many other industries that provide services and value to these 3 key elements. Okay, if you look at recorded music, 80% of the market is controlled or owned by large companies, very large corporations. If you look at live music, around 80% of the market is also controlled by very few large corporations. And the rights management is also controlled by many of the corporations in the recorded music industry. So it's very concentrated, and these players tend to put the rules in the playground. And I won't say that is bad or good or whatever. No. It's what it is, and you have to abide to that or comply with those rules that are set by others. But one interesting thing is that all these large corporations always leave areas, niches that you can explore and where you can grow.
Sure.
So finding independent alliances is very relevant, because you can have alliances with all these big players, and we have them, but usually you abide by the rules, and that's not bad. That's not bad.
It is how it is.
Yeah. But finding independent players that are willing to run risks with you and to build something together, it's very relevant. And for example, for all these festivals we have abroad, we have local partners who I will say, are great. And the way to maintain and to nurture these alliances is by finding ways to make it work, whatever happens.
Sí.
Because otherwise, when if everyone gets value one way or another, everyone's happy.
It's a two-way street.
Totally.
Correct.
So there must be value for all players involved in either venture or in any kind of alliance.
That's very interesting. I know about the music industry, but the technicalities that you explained are very useful for me and to understand more of that world. And that is excellent. We will go into a next segment that it's called the Entrepreneur's Inbox, where we get questions from the students that are watching. They're very dynamic questions, and just to see what you have for them. So our first question that we have is, can you share any books, resources, or mentors that have significantly influenced your career?
That's difficult to say because I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yay!
I read lots of books. I try to attend as many panels and conferences as I can because I'm always trying to absorb new ideas.
You're always learning.
Yeah. But one podcast that I have listened to recently that I found really, really interesting, it's a music tech podcast. There's a trend now about around technology for music and for entertainment. It's under the brand Music Tech. That is called Music Tectonics.
Music Tectonics.
It's the number of the name of the podcast. There's also a conference in Santa Monica that is called Music Tectonics that covers all the relevant players in the music tech space. And in this podcast, Dimitri Vitse, who is the founder of Music Tectonics, interviews people from the music tech business or from adjacent spaces, for example, experts in music rights or experts in raising venture capital money or this kind of things. And I think it's very interesting and provides a very realistic vision of what being an entrepreneur is.
In the entertainment.
In the entertainment.
Oh, that's amazing. So listeners, you can go ahead and listen to that podcast that you recommend.
Yeah, but I can, if you want, I can give you a list of the 100 most inspiring things for me.
No, amazing. I would love to hear it.
All the time reading and listening to things. So.
That's amazing. No, I am the same, but that podcast is interesting, and I will for sure take a listen and a look at it. And then our second question is, what are the most important lessons you've learned about innovation and entrepreneurship? It can be two separate.
Yeah, about innovation, and that innovation can be everywhere. In improving a process, in improving the skills of a team, in adjusting your business model to a new environment, or building a totally new business model or a totally new product. Innovation can be anywhere. And most of the times, what you can do, you use technology to leverage the business model, the ideas behind that business model. Not the other way around.
Correct.
And about entrepreneurship, it's very rewarding. It's hard. You need to be tough. You need to believe. You need to build an amazing network. And you need to understand how capital works. And that's one thing I say to everyone. It's very important to understand how capital works, and how investment works.
To pay attention to the finance class.
Yeah, but understand what are the different stages of investing in a startup, what at every stage, what the investor is looking for. This is very relevant. You need to understand that if you want to follow that route of
entrepreneurs. Just like a personal question, what would you say to the people who want to start the entrepreneurship but are scared, aside like that, to have those skills? Like, how can we grab courage in going into an entrepreneurship space and starting your own company?
What I would say, if you are very early in your career, you can have experience by working for a company that will pay you accordingly to your experience, or you can take the other route and learn by failing and sometimes succeeding.
Correct.
What route is best? I don't know. That depends on the
depends on how risk taker you are.
Yeah, totally. And what your personal situation, but it's very, very rewarding. Even if you don't succeed, the knowledge and experience you get after that, I think it's very valuable for a company, for anyone who is looking for talent.
Amazing. No, thank you so much. I learned so much about the music industry. I learned so much about possibly being an entrepreneur, and I'm sure our listeners learned so much. I'm really happy that we had you here. Listeners, you can listen to us in all of the platforms, and please subscribe. Thank you for being here, Daniel, and I'm looking forward maybe to have you again in the podcast and dive a little bit deeper.
Happy to do it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.